What is up, everybody? Steve here with you guys again, and I'm going to be doing a little video on here. I've been going through some of my magazines, and I came upon these Beatles magazines that I have. This is going to be my Beatles magazine collection. See all these magazines that I have of the Beatles. I have 3, 4, 5, 6. Looks like it's 6. So there you go. So I decided just to show these because I am a big, huge fan of the Beatles, as everybody knows. And I have some of their CDs as well, and shirts too. So I just thought I would show you the magazines that I have, and we're going to start with this one. This is a Entertainment Weekly one, and this is when they were making the Beatles Rock Band game, which I also do own. Features John Lennon, Paul McCartney on the front. I believe this may be from 2010 or something like that. And it has like the game in it. This is on page 32 somewhere. I think I skipped it. It's somewhere. Yeah, it's Raining Beatles. Put in there, and there's the game. Game is really not bad, but you know, some are tough on there, and some songs in there shouldn't be on there. Just move this over a little bit. There we go. And also featuring the top 50 best Beatles songs, with number 1 being A Hard Day's Night. Number 2, A Day in the Life, which I'm a little bit surprised that's number 2. But hey, that's their opinions, and I have my own. We have Yesterday at number 3, Strawberry Fields Forever at number 4, and number 8 being Tomorrow Never Knows. I would replace that, definitely. I mean, it's an okay song, but definitely not in the top 10. Yeah, While My Guitar Gently Weeps at 16. You've Got to Hide Your Love Away. Can't Buy Me Love. These are in the top 20. Or past 20. Like 17 and 18. Got If I Fell from Hard Day's Night. We Can Work It Out. I'm Only Sleeping. Never even heard of it. I'm a Loser. Don't even know why that these are in the top 20, but hey. And we also have over here the top 5 worst songs. And it says, oh, come on. Nobody's perfect, not even the Beatles. And number 1 is All You Need Is Love. And All You Need Is Love is on the top 50 list at number 50 for best song. Come on, people. All You Need Is Love is a very good song. You can't go wrong with it. I would easily put All You Need Is Love in the top 20. And the other ones, Wild Honey Pie, Dig It, Don't Pass Me By, and Flying. Never even heard of them. And some photos of the Beatles as well, that someone may not have seen before. And one from Sgt. Pepper's, and that's it. There's the first one, and here's the next one I have. This is celebrating the 50-year anniversary of Beatlemania in America. February 9th, 1964, 73 million people watched the Beatles' American debut on The Ed Sullivan Show. And featuring stuff on here. Picture of John, my facts about him, and Paul. And more stuff as well, like photos, The Beginning, Twist and Shout, The Great Invasion, Come Together, many others, like stories, Toppermost and Poppermost. More photos of them, great photos. And the fans waiting for them. Yeah, a lot of good photos in here, and then we'll picture Roy Orbison as well in here. And many others. See, and picture of them on Ed Sullivan. Here's them performing as well. Beginning. Yep, 50 years, hard to believe. And one of it, Elvis Presley as well. Yeah, a lot of good stuff in here, including their concert at Shea Stadium and the Beatles Rock Band as well, also featured in here. Great Invasion. Yep. Beatles are the best, even though they're not together anymore, but I always say this, today's music sucks the Beatles forever, always, just because they're great to listen to and you can't go wrong with them. Even though some of you may not care for them, but still, there's not really a lot of bad things to say about the Beatles, because they are the best. Yep. And, more stuff as well, more photos. It's got good stuff here. I believe I got this at Walmart, or it may have been a grocery store, don't know exactly. Okay. Next one I have is this one, the Beatles' 50th Anniversary Tribute, Deluxe Collector's Edition, Life Story that is. Birth of the Beatles, Beatlemania, hundreds of rare photos. Yep. More pictures like from the Ed Sullivan Show and fans greeting them when they arrive, that is. Yep, a lot of good photos. Let's like go through it and just show you some little stuff from Help, the movie they did. Very good one. The Beatles at Shea Stadium, their memorable performance. Yep. Police line, like people trying to get over. And Rubber Soul, great album. That is pretty much, in my opinion, the #1 best album. But people may say Abbey Road or whatever, but I think it would be Rubber Soul. Beatles Meet the King, that Elvis, I guess. Revolver, not a bad album. Few good ones. Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, featuring that song, and I Get By With a Little Help from My Friends. Yep. A lot of great stuff in here, really is. The White Album, Yellow Submarine, Abbey Road in her last performance. Now, a picture of them in, what year is this? 1995, Paul, Ringo, and George. Good photo of them. And that's it. And this is a picture of them from A Hard Day's Night movie performing. That's it. Next one I have, now this one is a Newsweek one with the Beatles. 50 years since the music started. So yeah, these are just 50-year anniversary ones. Photo of them from A Hard Day's Night, running from the police station. Yep. And rare photos, I guess, in here and other stuff. Pre-swing in London, 1966. Sgt. Pepper's. Yep. Yeah, pretty much just a lot of photos I showed you, like in the other book and stuff. And a little thing about Mark David Chapman guy. Forget him. Paul McCartney's group Wings that he also did, and a picture of him and Michael Jackson as well. Yeah, good photo of them. It really is. Yeah, Paul is still really good. And one of George Harrison as well. And Ringo. Now everybody knows that when the Beatles started out, that Ringo and George, they weren't really the original members. Like, I believe Ringo came along after Pete Best, and George Harrison came later, I think. Ed Sullivan Show, Hard Day's Night, looks like. Beatles Meet the Stones. Yeah, the Rolling Stones, they were a very popular band in the 60s along with the Beatles. And the Beach Boys as well, because they were a great band too. The complete discography, like all their albums, Please Please Me, with the Beatles, A Hard Day's Night. A lot of great ones. I do have A Hard Day's Night, Help, on CD. And I had the Beatles 1. And I don't really have the rest of them. I do have the movies and stuff, including A Hard Day's Night, Help, and Yellow Submarine. Yep, and the films. A shot from Help. Another one from Help over here. Yeah. And this little thing in here. And a lot of good stuff in here, just like going through the pages just to show you the wives, like who they're married to. Of course, Linda McCartney, who Paul was married to. Great lady, Linda Eastman. Maureen Cox Starkey, which is Ringo Starr's real name, Richard Starkey. In case anybody doesn't know that, but I'm sure they do. And Yoko Ono, everybody knows. But John Lennon's first wife was Cynthia. And Patty Boyd Harrison, George Harrison's wife. And the kids as well, James McCartney, Zach Starkey, Sean Lennon, and Donnie Harrison. But John Lennon also has a son named Julian Lennon, who's his first child with his first wife. Now Sean is Yoko Ono's son. And he was at the Beatles tribute thing, the 50-year anniversary thing, but Julian Lennon was not, because he just chose not to be there, which I think was wrong of him to do that. You know, it's his decision. And here we have, like, celebrities, and asking them, what's your favorite Beatles song? And we have Brad Pitt. His is Come Together or While My Guitar Gently Weeps. I love the psychedelic phase, but yeah, that's really tough for me to pick. Come Together is great. I can't tell you why. I'm not that good that way. I just know it works for me. Taylor Swift says, Here Comes the Sun. I listen to this whenever I'm feeling down or on cloudy days, and it makes me feel like somehow everything is going to be okay. John Legend, I Want You, She's So Heavy. I love that record. B.B. King, Help. I like the words, I like the melody, it's a good song, it's the first song that comes to mind, but we're going through a lot of stuff in our country. Yeah, I agree. Demi Lovato says, Yesterday. It's such a beautiful song out of all their songs. I just really connect to that one. Nora Jones, Long, 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 never even heard of it, says, so beautiful, everything you need, everything you'd want in a song. Chris Allen, While My Guitar Gently Weeps. It's two of them. Who else? This guy over here. Joe Walsh, he says Nowhere Man. Yeah, it's a long one on here. Keith Urban, She's Leaving Home. That one's pretty much alright. What an exquisite arrangement. The originality of that band continues to dumbfound me. I don't know where they were drawing from, but it was such a magnificently original place. Emily Mortimer, In My Life, or Here, There, and Everywhere. Never even heard of that song. They just make me... Hold on. They just make me sort of cry. I feel like I'd like In My Life played and Here, There, and Everywhere. Who else? James Taylor says Penny Lane. Good one. Jamie Foxx, Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. And Joe Perry from Aerosmith says Tomorrow Never Knows. Yeah. And there you go. Oh, we got more. Okay. I'll just read what else they say. Kenneth Branagh, For No One, never even heard of it. Tommy Araya from Slayer, Revolution, the single version. Peter Frampton, Norwegian Woods, Bird Has Flown. Julie Taymor, Something. Mark Hoppus from Blink-182, She's Leaving Home. Jonathan Demme, In My Life. Michael Caine and Jude Law, Hey Jude and Across the Universe. Yo-Yo Ma, Michelle. I just always really liked it, maybe because of the French lyrics. Michelle, my belle, Sunday monte donti. I can't even say it right. Sorry. Evan Rachel Wood, Happiness is a Warm Gun. And Ryan Gosling, Here, There, and Everywhere. And is that it for that? I know it took some time on that, but that's okay, and that's it. And of course they have like people that imitate, well, not imitate, but perform Beatle concerts or whatever, like, what are their names, like, well, like tribute bands, I guess. and a little shot of their last concert that they did at San Francisco's Candlestick Park, August 29th, 1966. Last song Beatles played on stage was Little Richard's Long Tall Sally. Yeah, and there you go. Yeah, I know it took some time, but hey, let's move on. Next one is this. Beatlemania, the 50th anniversary of the Beatles in America. Life story, as it says. And lots of photos in here and stuff. Pretty good stuff. Like rare photos. Beatles in America. Meet the Beatles. 64 stuff. The British invasion. More stuff too. Picture of Paul McCartney and George Harrison. Good picture of those two. And Ringo and John Lennon. And a little cartoon of them. I don't think I even seen that either. But just stuff in here, just pictures. And that's it. And a little picture of them on the back. There you go. And the last one that I have is this one. A special Rolling Stones edition. The Beatles, the Ultimate Album by Album Guide. And I believe I got this at Walmart, I think. Forgive me, I don't know. I just don't know exactly. And all of the albums that the Beatles did, including Please Please Me, A Hard Day's Night, and all the way to Let It Be. A photo of John Lennon and Paul, and the album Please Please Me. With the songs, I Saw Her Standing There, Boys, Please Please Me, Love Me Do You Want to Know a Secret, and Twist and Shout. What else we have? With the Beatles, which features some good ones on there, like All My Loving, which I thought was from A Hard Day's Night, I Want to Be Your Man by Ringo, and Roll Over Beethoven, which George did a version of, which is pretty good. And there you go. And of course, A Hard Day's Night. A lot of great songs, including the title song, Hard Day's Night, and a picture of them from the movie. I Should Have Known Better. Really good song. Should be in my top 10. If I Fell in Love with You. Great song. I'm Happy Just to Dance with You. George Harrison. Really good song. And I Love Her by Paul. Good one. Tell Me Why. Can't Buy Me Love. I'll Cry Instead. And also has You Can't Do That, which was cut from the film, which is the first song they performed. But they cut it from the film because they said it was too dark. D-A-R-K. And I'm like, dark? Really? I don't understand why they would cut something from a film just because it was too dark. I think it was a good version they did of it. I guess they just didn't really like it because the way they performed or whatever. I don't know. And fans greeting them as well. Beatles for Sale, which only features like a few of them on here or whatever. Like I'm a Loser, I think what everybody likes. Rock and Roll Music. 8 Days a Week, great song. And just some of these I never really heard of, unfortunately. More photos again. And Help. Great songs on here. Of course, Help, The Night Before, and shots from the movie. You've Got to Hide Your Love Away. I Need You. Great song by George Harrison. Another Girl. You're Gonna Lose That Girl. Great one. Ticket to Ride. A lot of really good ones. And also does feature Yesterday as well. And a clip of them, or a picture of them performing You're Gonna Lose That Girl. And of course, Rubber Soul, my favorite. And you have Drive My Car, This Bird Has Flown, Norwegian Wood, You Won't See Me, and Murray also did a version as well. Nowhere Man, Think for Yourself, The Word, Say the Word and You'll Be Free. Michelle, What Goes On by Ringo, What Goes On in Your Mind. Girl, I'm Looking Through You, In My Life, Wait, It's been a long time now. Yeah. If I Needed Someone and Run for Your Life. I pretty much have all of these songs just because it's my favorite. And you have Revolver, featuring the song Yellow Submarine, even though I thought it was from the movie, but they made a movie of it. Featuring Taxman as well, Eleanor Rigby. Who else we have? And Your Bird Can Sing. And Tomorrow Never Knows as well. A picture of their last concert. Yep. And now on to the next one, Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. A lot of people would say that this is their favorite. Featuring Sgt. Pepper's, I Get By With a Little Help from My Friends, Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds, Nothing to Do with LSD, even though it spells out LSD, but still has nothing to do with drugs. Getting Better, Fixing a Hole, She's Leaving Home, Being for the Benefit of Mr. Kite, Within You, Without You, not really a big fan of that. When I'm 64, great song. Lovely Rita, Good Morning, Good Morning. Sgt. Pepper's Reprise, and A Day in the Life. Good song, too. Long one, too. Let's see what else we have. I know we have more. Got the Magical Mystery Tour, which just features, like, a few of them. You know, the only one I really care for is probably I Am the Walrus, and Hello, Goodbye, Penny Lane, All You Need Is Love, and Strawberry Fields. The White Album, which is another good one, featuring good songs. Back in the USSR, Dear Prudence. I think people like Obla Di, Obla Da, but I haven't listened to it. While My Guitar Gently Weeps, Blackbird, and that's it. The others I just haven't really listened to. A picture of John and Yoko. Of course, Yellow Submarine, also a movie. And you got All Together Now, Hey Bulldog, and All You Need Is Love. Abbey Road. People would probably put this as their #1 favorite. I had a lot of great songs. Come Together, Something, Maxwell's Silver Hammer, Oh Darling, Octopus's Garden, I Want You, She's So Heavy, long song. Here Comes the Sun, Because, and Justice. The Medley, You Never Give Me Your Money, Sun King, Mean Mr. Mustard, Pauline Pam, She Came In Through the Bathroom Window, Golden Slumbers, Carry That Weight, The End, and Her Majesty. Yeah, all in, just like that. Another good picture of them. And Let It Be. Dig a Pony, Across the Universe, I Me Mine, Let It Be, I've Got a Feeling, The Long and Winding Road, and Get Back. Yep. The non-album tracks and stuff. What we call singles, including I Want to Hold Your Hand, I Call Your Name, I Feel Fine, I'm Down, You Tell Lies Thinking I Can't See, You Can't Cry Cause You're Laughing at Me, I'm Down, I'm Really Down. Yeah. Day Tripper, We Can Work It Out, Paperback Writer, Rain, Lady Madonna, Hey Jude, Don't Let Me Down, The Ballad of John and Yoko, and the Beatles albums by numbers, and there you go. And that's it. So that's it. That is the end of my Beatles magazine collection. So I hope you all enjoyed all these magazines that I showed you. And that's it. So I will see you in more videos. And please subscribe. It's not a bad thing. It's a good thing.